If I gave you $100 and told you to buy just one AI stock, which would it be? Today, we're going to explore the AI battle between NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel and discuss the investment opportunities in this rapidly growing market. I will dissect each one and I will pick the one I am buying. Let's go! Let's preface with this. Lisa Su, AMD CEO, expects AI CAGR to grow from $45 billion today to $400 billion in 2027. That is 70% CAGR. That is big growth really fast. There is a lot of money to be made here. Now let's see who will get the lion's share. The three titans, NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. Shamo says to like and subscribe. AI growth is at the beginning of the S-curve. Tired of hearing the word S-curve? I'm not. Statista expects AI to grow in enterprise market to $31 billion in 2025. That's pretty soon. The latest buzz has been growing around generative AI, led by OpenAI's ChatGPT, which exploded just last year. Just to see the amount of demand there is, Tesla requires 300,000 units of A100 equivalent GPUs by October 2024. Just Tesla. There are so many other companies needing these chips right now. Let's start with NVIDIA. NVIDIA stock just cracked $500. Market cap $1.23 trillion. That's a huge market cap. Is it overvalued? Let's see. NVIDIA's financial performance has been nothing short of incredible and record-breaking in the latest quarter, reflecting its successful growth strategy and market demand in AI. The company also invests heavily in research and development, ensuring that they remain at the forefront of technological advancements. As of the latest available financial data, NVIDIA reported the following. Revenue. NVIDIA's total net revenue for the most recent quarter was $13.5 billion, representing an incredible 101% increase over the previous year. Even more interesting is the 88% increase over the previous quarter. Gross margin, 70.1%, an increase of 26.6 basis points. You don't get that. You don't see that ever. This is primarily due to the H100. Operating income, $7.76 billion, up 487% year over year. Net income, $6.74 billion, up 422%. Cash flow, $6.3 billion, up 400%. You'll never see a quarter like this again. Except next quarter, and the quarter after that. Then the comps will get difficult. This slide says everything you need to know about data center. AI just exploded last quarter, up a whopping 141% quarter over quarter. Quarter over quarter, not just year over year, quarter over quarter. That's insane. This is the H100, or this way. This is the chip. This is the chip, the moneymaker, the king, the H100. It sold for $40,000 not long ago in very short supply. It is single-handedly driving NVIDIA's growth. See, here's the thing. NVIDIA is the current leader in the AI chip market with an estimated 80 to 90% market share. The company's CUDA software stack has been the de facto standard for GPU-accelerated AI development, locking developers into its ecosystem, into its walled garden. However, the rise of PyTorch and other open-source software is slowly eroding at NVIDIA's software moat. PyTorch is compatible with basically all of the big GPU makers. Despite this, NVIDIA's financial performance has been nothing short of incredible, with its revenue and net income growing massively over the past few quarters. I mean, the H100 is expected to sell 550,000 units this year. This year, 2023. And it's almost over. It'll be even higher next year. You can count Tesla as a customer. 300 million? Easy peasy. NVIDIA is not resting on its laurels. Here's where AI is going in 2024 and beyond. You can see the H100 is branching into multiple different products. You have the H200, the GH200, and so on. NVIDIA will target both training and inference. That is a key differentiator between NVIDIA, AMD, and actually Intel, also for that matter. NVIDIA is conquering both training and inference. AMD is concentrating on inference at the moment. We'll get to AMD in a second. And also Intel. NVIDIA recently released info on their upcoming H200. It has massive memory and performance gains over the H100, taking on AMD's MI300X more directly in inferencing. By the way, I have a full investment report on NVIDIA on my Patreon. This report is publicly available for free. $0. Free. No need to sign up. You can view my conservative, base, and optimistic price targets right over there. I'm assuming you've read my free investment report, so I'll talk about valuation a bit. Forward PEs at 25? Not bad at all. Wall Street expects EPS to grow massively next year to $18.79. Revenue is expected to grow 56%. That is huge. Wall Street gives NVIDIA stock a strong buy. Average price target, $651, a 30% upside from today. I swear, one of these days, I'll get a foot pedal. Mouse is on the side. Next up, AMD. AMD is poised to disrupt NVIDIA's dominance in the AI market with its competitive offerings and growing market share. The company's Instinct MI300X offers competitive performance in both inference and likely training for, against the H100 for large language models. AMD's advantage lies in its software stack, which is compatible with open source frameworks like PyTorch, giving it sort of an edge over NVIDIA's proprietary CUDA platform. I generally expect these providers to gradually transition from the proprietary CUDA to these open source standards over time. AMD's revenue and net income have also been growing, although not quite as rapidly as NVIDIA's. I did an investment report for AMD too? I did! It's on my Patreon. This report is publicly available for free as well. No need to sign up. Again, this also has my conservative, base, and optimistic price targets right over there. Shama says to like and subscribe. AMD is recently trading at $139. Market cap, $224 billion. AMD's last earnings report was actually prior to the MI300X launching. So this is pre-AI, basically. Data center was flat year over year, but up 21% quarter over quarter. Client actually posted a nice year over year numbers, though we're getting a little off topic. The MI300X just launched this quarter. AMD did their AI day recently for the launch. This is AMD's competitor to the H100 and soon to be H200. AMD did a direct head-to-head with the H100. What's happening here is that the MI300X is on par, one for one, or I should do it like this, one for one, with the H100 for training, according to AMD. So take that as you will. That implies that the MI300X is trailing the H200 in training However, the MI300X could beat the H200 in inference. And there's a big difference between training and inference and the needs required on the processor, on the basic server package. Now, sources say that AMD will ship between 300 and 400,000 MI300 units in 2024. That is huge. AMD is projecting the MI300 to bring in $2 billion in revenue in 2024. This actually trails NVIDIA's $24 billion run rate by a large margin. So AMD has some catching up to do. I think they'll be calling TSMC to ramp up production. Not quite as big as NVIDIA in 23, however, at 550,000 units. However, if you assign an ASP of $10,000, you'll get revenues of $3 to $4 billion. This is far above AMD's forecast in their last earnings call of $2 billion. So I expect AMD to be calling a TSMC right now, and will probably raise the revenue target in the next earnings report, which will come next month. Either way, it's going to trail NVIDIA's $24 billion and won't reverse NVIDIA's lead. AMD is currently being viewed as an alternative to NVIDIA's offering. Now, AMD also talked about the MI300X as a platform. The thing is you combine 8 of these into a single server. And each of these are $10,000. So 8 times 10,000, you can do the math. These are huge. These are very costly machines and very fast machines and very high margin. Now these 8 are connected by Infinity Fabric to have near linear scaling. These 8 combined give you 1.5 terabytes of memory compared to the H100 640 gigabytes. Although the H200 is a little shy of this as well, but close. Now AMD has a forward PE of 37.59. Earnings next year are expected to climb to $3.41 from $2.43 per share. A nice increase. Revenue expected to climb $3.5 billion to $24 billion, a growth of 16%. Analysts give AMD a buy rating. AMD's price target is $134.86. Don't worry, I can talk. This is a decrease of nearly 3%. Again, though, I expect the MI300 to be far above the $2 billion estimate next year, and a subsequent rise in analyst price targets to follow. You can view my price targets at my Patreon. Last but definitely not least is Intel. Intel is last released a great AI offering. But you can never count Intel out of the game. They come to play and they play hard. Like seriously, last time Intel got serious, they nearly put AMD out of business. About a decade and a half ago. Now Intel trades at $45.69 per share. Market cap $192 billion. And Intel recently announced their, I think it's called the Gaudi 3 AI chip. This exceeds their Gaudi 2 chip. You probably already figured that one out. The big fat AI accelerator. I hope I don't get canceled. Intel said that the Gaudi 3 is expected to launch in 2024. Now it's almost 2024 already, just a couple days away. So I expect it actually to be a late 2024 launch, although Intel didn't specify. So I will offer a significant performance, or it will offer a significant performance bump compared to the Gaudi 2. It is Intel's first chip design that fuses 2 processors together, something they actually slammed AMD on, but now they're stealing a page from AMD. More specifically, Intel expects 4 times higher BF16 performance, 2 times faster networking performance, and 1.5 times higher bandwidth compared to the Gaudi 2. Now, where Intel went wrong, I think, is they didn't compare their product to NVIDIA or AMD, only to their past generation. Usually, but not always, when companies do this, it means they expect to underperform competitors. So we'll have to wait and see, though. It's kind of like we'll see. Intel trades at a forward PE of 25. Analysts expect earnings to rise from 87 cents to $1.73 next year, which is actually huge. Revenue is expected to climb from $49.5 billion to $56 billion, a 13% rise. The surprise, though, is 90%, so analysts aren't quite sure where to peg Intel at. Wall Street has Intel at a hold. Now, Intel's price target is $39.21 or $39.21. Almost said percent, and that is a 14% downside. Now, is Wall Street wrong here? I don't know. I've not done a valuation on Intel like I did on NVIDIA and AMD, so I can't comment here until I do a proper valuation. If you want me to value Intel, let me know down in the comments. So now is the time. Dun dun dun. I must choose an AI stock. Do I pick NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel? I have to go with NVIDIA. Their early start, the 80 to 95% market share, extensive portfolio of current and 2024 product lineup, and a relatively small PE of 25. Yeah, I have to go with NVIDIA. Jensen Huang is a fierce competitor. He doesn't lose markets he leads in. Runner-up is AMD. The MI300 has launched, but is extremely supply limited, at only $2 billion next year expected. I expect that number to increase, as mentioned, but not even close to NVIDIA's lofty $24 billion in revenue in the H100 run rates. Now, Intel is third, since we don't know the release date of the Gaudi 3 and how it compares to the other offerings. Tail late and probably $1 short. Intel is also focusing more on their foundry service business, which will gobble up tons and tons and tons and tons of cash. Literally, billions, tens of billions of dollars. AMD and NVIDIA are fabulous companies. They outsource to TSMC, so TSMC has to front the cash. Likewise, Intel has to front the cash. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.